So yeah, part of the, the culture, like, yeah, so, Nas, he made it through all of that. You had 50, he went through his thing,
Oh man, that
battling
dude,
back
yo,
and
listen,
forth.
let me tell you something about Fifth, yo. He liked that, man, for real, for real. No bull. And I ain't going bullshit. He liked that. Yo, we on 116th Street. It's pretty fair weather outside, man. Springtime, kind of like. So we see, like, I think it's a 500 or 600 Benz TV'd out. You know what I'm saying? Homie got the coin piece on his neck and all that. He jump out the car. He trying to holler at my man, baby moms. Like, yo, I'm 50.
So he
I'm
just
like,
jumped, 50 jumps out of the car and he's trying to holler at your man's baby mom.
He pulled the car, yo, bro, this dude pulled the car over. My man Artie from the Feds magazine had the Denali. We standing outside the Denali. This pull up right next to where we at and start. I'm like, yo, my man, you bugging the fuss, my man, girl. He like, yo, man, yo, da-da. And he's still trying to. And then we having some words, and then he just bust out laughing. He like, all right, man, yo, man, yo, my name 50 B, yo, what's your name? I'm Computa,
so
man.
Y'all know who he was? You didn't know it was 50 at that time.
I knew kind of him. I think he had, what's that record? Murder. I think it's Murder. I don't believe you, Murder. Whatever that is, whatever that record was at the time, that's the record that he had out. But long story short, he gave me his Motorola flip phone, Motorola
flip phone. Okay.
We exchanged Motorola flip phone numbers and whatever the case.
That tells your age.
Yeah, yeah, word. And years later, I wound up opening up for Get Rich or Die Trying in the Baltimore Marina. Me, Maserati Fox, and Shay Davis and Lil Boozy, man. We wound up opening up for 50.
Man, and do you see that same I don't care who in front of me attitude 50 still carried to this day?
Absolutely. He a Cancer like me, so you could imagine, man. I'm July 10th. He a Cancer. Yo, I know how Cancers give it up. Mike Tyson, Lil Kim, shout out to all the Cancers, man. Word.
Okay. All right. So I wanna extend your story where we start talking a little bit about, how you got introduced and you the Southern rap was swinging and you moving through the industry, you're doing good. And you got a story how you meet S-Class and S-Class at Quad Studios. How did you meet S-Class?
So it was this girl named SKG. She was messing with S-Class. She was messing with S-Class, some chick. I don't want to call her a chick because she alley-ooped the situation, so I don't want to call her a chick. But she introduced me to S-Class or whatever the case may be. And once she introduced me to S-Class, S-Class took the music over to Blue and took the took the music over to Blue Da Vinci. And when she took the music over to Blue Da Vinci, he wound up putting Sitting Sideways and Strip for me on the World is BMF's album.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you over there, you meet Blue Da Vinci, and you and Blue, y'all start working?
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, so you over there, do you have an idea about anything that's going on with?
I don't know what BMF is at this time. I ain't never seen a BMF. Right. I ain't never heard of BMF or none of that. I just knew that they were some serious dudes from the West Coast that was putting their work in, and from the West and the Midwest, and some from down South. And then I started seeing dudes from all over, everywhere, man, and I just started to see that it was a brotherhood. And I wound up having some great relationships with Big Cuz, Bull, T.I., Little Scrappy, Trina. Everybody who was somebody was a part of that movement at the time. You know what I'm saying?
What was the energy like in the creative energy like in the studio with the BMF guys?
It was dope, man. It was dope. Everybody was very focused on the music and very focused on the sound, and we took our time doing what we needed to do in order to be prosperous. We signed to Koch, and we went over to Koch and we did some numbers over there, and then we started doing shows, and from there, strip clubs, money being thrown, Maybachs, Ferraris, Perrier Jouet. You wasn't even allowed to drink Moet. Moet was a disrespected drink in front of the homies. Like, what? You drinking
So
Moet?
was a disrespected drink? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You know, rosé. You couldn't drink nothing. I don't care if it was Viva Clico, it was rosé, it was Perrier Jouet only. To the point where the homies was taking the spray bottles off the Windex and putting it on the Perrier Jouet and spraying it on chicks in the club and all that. It was a crazy, crazy time, man. Everybody had keys to touch any V, any car. Everybody had full access to whatever they needed, and I felt that was just like, wow. And never an argument, never no real argument, maybe some disagreements, but as far as brotherhood is concerned, it was amazing, man.
Yeah, most people only know the tough side of BMF. I don't think people ever really knew that, you know, they really was pushing for the, you know, with the music, you know, and really trying to, you know, get it going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you said back in the day, you know, that you ran in the Fab a lot while you was out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, can you talk a little bit about your relationship with Fab and BMF and how y'all was making
Paul
music
King,
in the studio?
Fab, all of us, man. We had Shaq, you know, all the homies from Brooklyn, you know, they was low lives, and, you know, shout to your recipes to Boost and Billy, shout to Dave Lowe.
Man, who are the low lives? Explain that.
The Low Lives, man, is a legendary boosting team of Polo, man. They just the legends of Polo, and they from Brooklyn. Shout to all those dudes, man. They was real good people, man. And Fab was a part of that. And he was a part of the movement as well, man. And it was good to, you know, have New York. It was good to have Cali down south and a whole bunch of brothers together moving as a unit, getting money, you know, so.
Man. Yeah, why do you think BMF succeeded in unity where so many other, like, you know, street crews failed?
Because everybody understood the assignment.
Okay.
Everybody understood the assignment. Everybody followed the rules, man.
Okay. All right, cool, cool. You got a funny story that I heard.
Uh-huh.
You say that, you know, Meech would pass out money and he'd be like, yo, don't bring this money back.
Nah,
and
you
so
ain't
y'all
bringing
would
no
have-
money. Yo, listen. No, you ain't bringing no money back in his crib, like especially over the 10 rack, you know. Everybody was spending that bread, man. You spend it, you spend some more. Spend it, spend some more. Spend it, spend some more, man. You know, and you know, me and
story, I don't know if,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, there was a story, I don't know if you can verify it. They say that some of the strippers used to have to come out there with shovels when Meech would show up.
Oh, absolutely, man. They was shoveling money, fighting over. I mean, it was crazy, man. It was one time I was in the club, man, and they was just, yo, they was going like this. And they had bags and bags and just was scooping and scooping and scooping and scooping, man. It was crazy, like nothing I ever seen before.
Yeah, so is it safe to say Meech is the one who started making it rain?
Absolutely. Nobody made it rain before him. Nobody. And not dollars, not $5 bills, not 10s, not 20s. I'm talking about hundreds.
No way.
Yes way.
$100 bills, bro?
$100 bills. Homie wasn't throwing no singles nowhere. You can forget that.
Whoa.
You know?
Whoa.
And rest in peace to Baby Blue, man. I love Baby Blue, man. Baby Blue was my guy, man. He got taken away from us very early, man. And he was a excellent brother, man. He was actually, him and Megan Good was an item, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we talked about that on a tour bus a couple of times, and me, him, Big Cuz, and Bull, and all of us. Even Lil Mimi, he was on the bus at that time. He's a little dude then, man, you know?
So yeah, when the I want to ask you a question, man. This is a real serious one. This is about, you know, kind of the fall of BMF, you know, when the feds finally moved in and, you know, kind of, you know, the flamboyant lifestyle and all of that, do you think that made it hot looking back?
I believe so in some ways. I mean, you see in a fleet of Ferraris and Phantoms and Lambos and all kinds of joints everywhere you look, and you seeing billboards in Atlanta, world is BMFs. You gotta only think that something negative is gonna come out of it, especially when we on Smack DVD and all that type of. So you gotta think that something is gonna come out of it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, man, that's crazy. Do you think there'll ever be another group of men that can carry it the way that Meech carried it for the culture and for music ever again going forward? What do you see?
Never. I don't ever see that happening again.
Why not?
Because this generation is too emotional. This generation is very emotional and very, and no disrespect to them because I love my people.
What you mean is the rappers nowadays is what you're saying?
I mean rappers, whoever. I like everybody. Okay. Nobody has patience and nobody is looking at the future goals. Everybody's living in the right now. And I think whenever you live in the right now, man, it's just a bad thing for anybody, man. Look towards the future sometimes. The future ain't gonna let you down, man. It's all right to look in the future, man. But some people can't see the future. They only can see the right now. So they live for right now. And that's why all the violence, the killings and all that is happening. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, that's crazy. It seems like now, if you ask me, it ain't about your rap skills no more. It's about who got the most artillery and who's willing to shoot the fastest. I think that's the guy that they think they look up to. It's not about talent anymore. It's about who got more firearms.
Well, you know what? Only thing you doing is killing your brother. Only thing you doing is killing another man like you, man. We got enough of that going on, man. That narrative got to change, man. Somebody got to step up and say, "Yo, man, I'm willing to change this narrative. I'm willing to make a difference with the people. I'm willing to get us together and keep us united, man. And just all that unnecessary killing. You know, it's little kids dying, old people dying from straight bullets and all that, man. That's not what it is. You heard what Esco said. He said, Illmatic make the right man bleed. You know what I mean? You know?
Okay.
What's up, this Cam Capone. If you want to hear these interviews with all the cuss words in it, all the stuff we had to take out because YouTube makes us cut a lot out, all you gotta do is become a member. Hit that button.